I'm glad you're here. Please welcome Dennis Bolen and Soressa Gardner.
I was that kid flying rubber band balsa toy airplane. Afternoon hours in the street. Kitchen window mom smile. A little boy's intense toss and run. Wary of the occasional lumbering auto-sculpted metal masses floating by singular once in a while. Traffic in 1960 is never heavy. The gentle roll pasts, each family man at the wheel returning besuited, weary of their productive days, caution in slowdown, reverence for everyone's progeny. While Sonny twirls the prop, and with narrowed seriousness, plans the path of a numberless trip in the air about him. And when not aviating, scouring ditches and unbuilt lots for sun-solidified mud clumps, to hurl TV grenades and seek that ultimate dust puff, ersatz explosion that we create in our 8-year-old souls when playing truth. Down the queued thumbs outside town, sizzle of disquiet brains, lysergic warp convergence. Upon the wood-framed seaside metro, to sit in dingy verse houses by the English Bay shore. In 1965, I heard a raging war veteran snarl. 20 years out of the killing ground, his temperament an unreported casualty. A fearsome thing for a child to face. Hell, we were only in grade 6. He was a kind man, mostly, and knowledgeable. A preferred teacher if you wanted to know combat stories and blood, death and messy suffering. And how likely it was. Yes, he said, absolutely for sure, based on his red tin's perspective and reading of contemporary times and his gauge of the Cold War and sense of human cruelty, more than a statistical trend, a damn certainty, you kids, that someday we would be at history's displeasure. Exactly like him, ragged and inflamed, alive if we were lucky. Ground by cold politics, a haunted house on lurching legs, anger spewing from every window, spinning bats into harsh sunlight, dank rooms into which no one could go. Seldom to be thought of again. And after the altering velocity of existence, to press the hope of youth back down into the pockets where hands clenched, fisted. Opera entered my life via shop class. crusty Italo-Brit hybrid genius dwarf Jack, who, while having us tear down an engine block, might curtly cuff a downbound miscreant. A reputation for fist volatility seems in my life to have been a solid remedy for any problem one might have, in institution or in life. General word was, from the mouths those who knew, that if any boy of us stepped offline or limped the short man from Manchester, Jack will hit him once, said my pal Glenn, who had not long before done that and finished that way. And whose air war experience, Burma nearly killed him as it did his friends. DC-3s bouncing off runways, dysentery, dirt, and jungle. And seeing at home field that first jet plane of the age, that whining sound like anger and art. So when an assembly over Christmas confounded me with art, when after we'd played our suite in brass and woodwind and drama had stepped through their Yuletide skit, lights dimmed and the curtain drew, Nessun Dorma Jack on a bare stage, and in 3 minutes of vocal non sequitur to set the rafters resonant, turn me from confused to a dilettante. Ever since, toting books, urbanized, pretending, and buying billette de la Scala, fitting in even less for lack of Jack's fist skill to the life I left, scarcely even think about anymore, except when I see a jet fly and the flame of its roar is the area of Jack. And the hazardous vanishing point of things worth fretting, and us all standing here bereft, empty-handed with little to say, but regretful, gagging verses, lyrics to our yearning souls, songs to the vast empty. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. That's a compilation of new material that I've been working on. You folks are the first people in the universe to actually hear it. So congratulate yourselves. I thank my musical accompaniment. She only just heard this script yesterday and worked all day today on that compilation stuff, etc. This is all part of a longer suite of poems I plan on my experience of the 60s. I didn't have that much experience of the 60s. I was still fairly young, but I was 16 in 1969, so I saw a little bit of it. And I've been working on the changes of the early 70s, etc. And so these poems have come out somehow. You know, we always go back to our childhood, apparently. And I hope it's a good idea.